You recognize this space, right? This is where I shoot all my videos and conduct all my corporate training sessions. It's a fantastic space. I love this office. And you know what? That's what it was originally built for. A study for me to work from home, if you will. But here's the thing. It doesn't really give me a lot of flexibility when it comes to shooting these videos. For example, I can do a great talking head session here, but this is about the only angle that we can get any sort of decent video on. If I were to set up the camera just about anywhere else in this office, it wouldn't really work. Furthermore, I'm pretty much glued to this spot. I'm sitting here on a stool, and that works great for these talking heads, but every once in a while I want to get up and move around, maybe write on a whiteboard, or show an example, or do a demonstration. But you know what? This space doesn't really allow me to do that. Now, don't get me wrong, I adore my study. This is the greatest space in the world. But greatest space in the world does not include a high degree of flexibility. But you know what? That's about to change. We are now about to undertake a major project. Welcome to my new studio, or at least what will be my new studio. So here's the thing, that studio that I have downstairs is really my study, and it's worked great, but it was purpose-built to be a study, not a studio. Well, look at this space I have here. Lots of room, it's a typical bedroom. Nevertheless, it's completely blank, and it's mine to use as a new studio. I can move around, I can gesticulate, I can do anything I want in this room. The possibilities are endless. Thing is, I really have no idea what I'm doing. Building a purpose-built studio? Where do I begin? Now, obviously, this is going to take a lot of work, and I am not world-renowned for my practical, shall we say, carpentry skills. It's not my wheelhouse. Still, I'm kind of excited to start this. What am I going to do with this wall? What am I going to do with this window? I want to be able to control lighting. What am I going to do about all this sound? You hear this echo? So I've got to figure that out. All right, sound panels. What kind of sound panels? Lighting, what am I going to do there? How am I going to set things up? I am going to make so many mistakes, it's not even going to be funny. But you know what? That's how we learn. Now, mind you, when I first started making videos a few years ago, this isn't what I had in mind. All I wanted to do was make a few videos for my students so that I could deliver some pretty decent educational content. I also wanted to basically lecture less. Here's what happens. You go ahead and lecture, but a student can't come to class that day. Okay, they missed the lecture. Then 2 days later, they come along and say, hey, I couldn't come to class. Did I miss anything important? No, it wasn't important at all. We didn't talk about anything important. We just sat around for an hour and 20 minutes and stared at our navels. Of course it's important. It's on the test. It's part of the project. You need this information. So I thought, I'm going to make some videos so that I can provide this material to anybody who misses the lecture. Great. Oh, but how things change. I watch hundreds of hours of how-to videos on YouTube. I take classes on cinematography. I speak with experts. I work and work and work in the industry trying to learn all the secrets to making really good videos. And I still don't know how to make really good videos, but I'm working on it. So now, despite my original intentions, I've apparently started a new hobby. Well, you know what? You can benefit from this because I've learned a ton and I would love to share it with you. So as I go about building out this space, I want to share with you all the tips and tricks of the trade that I've learned that you can then use to be effective video influencers. Things like cameras, light, sound, design, editing, you name it. Everything that goes into making these videos, I'm going to share with you. And don't worry, I know that not everybody in the world has this great big space that they could work with to create videos. You don't need that to be an effective video influencer. I'm going to share everything you need to be a video influencer with zero budget, little budget, moderate budget, to fairly high budget. I still am not at the level that you would need to be the full-end mega movie maker. But you know what? We can play with those ideas a little bit. So by the time I'm done with this, I should have a really cool studio that I can use for videos, for live streaming, for lecturing, for corporate training events, things like that. And hopefully by the end of this, you will have all the skills you need to be an effective video influencer in whatever sphere you want to do this in. So join me and let's see how this goes. But if we want to communicate effectively with others and reach our full potential as a species, then this is what we have to do. And yes, I meant our full potential as a species. I honestly believe this much is at stake.